Once more Mwamba, once more Mwamba, once more Mwamba, let's have another one.
Yeah, that's the chant of Mwamba RFC, and today I'm here at the Railway Club and I'm here to meet the captain of Mwamba RFC. He's only 23 years old, but mind you, he is captaining this team that has the likes of Colin Sinjera, Humphrey Kayange, and Billy Odhiambo, people who play for the national sevens team. It's none other than himself, brother Owako.
Cheers man.
Niaje daddy?
Poa sana.
Kwa mzima?
Niko salama.
Mimi nimeshukuru sana umetupatia hii time yako.
Asante sana.
Najua saa tizi bado naona inakaa hivi
Almost time.
Almost time.
Yeah, almost time.
But before your time ifike, nataka tujue, because this is beyond the sport.
Okay.
Our fans have been looking out for this show ever since we premiered. And since we premiered, our first show which we premiered, we had a rugby player in the house. This is none other than Oscar Ayodi from Homeboys RFC. This time round we switch gears a little bit to Mwamba RFC and with the captain himself. Hata kabla nifikie kolo nimeona nianze na wewe.
Asante sana.
So imekuwaje hii rugby yote, umekuwa captain, unasikiaje yani?
Honestly, sikujua nitafika hapa to being a club captain of a one of the best teams in the world. I can give a lot of praises on it, but I'll never come to an end.
Talking of a prestigious club, kuna terraces pale.
Yeah,
prestige sure. Lazima ikuje na mahali pa kukaa.
Yeah. Ukweli.
Tusichome najua pia. Tembea, si ndio?
Yeah.
But meanwhile, as we are walking there, give us a brief history about yourself. Who's Brad? Kwa sababu watu wanaona tu Brad wako wajui.
Labda ulianzia pale nimetoka, pale nimeanzia.
Ulizaliwa wapi? Uligrow wapi? Ulienda chuo wapi? Tupatie tu hizo details zote.
Yeah, actually nime grow up Jerry. I'm sure watu wengi wanajua Jerry Islando. For sure nimeanza kucheza rugby when I joined high school in Ingotse High School huko Western hizo mashinani.
Mimi unajua huko Ingotse, ukisema Ingotse najua hata si Ingotse ni Ingotse.
Ingotse, yeah. Sina accent ya Kiluya vile but yeah. So sikumaliza chuo Ingotse, nikakuwa poach na Kakamega High School. From there nikakuwa poach na another school in Nairobi called Laser Hill Academy. So ukirealize in most of my rugby life nimesoma in prestigious rugby schools. So that's how nilitemi love yangu ya the sport.
The love of the sport.
Yeah.
But what really motivated you? Because you told us that you started out in Form 1.
Yeah.
Watu wengi wakiingia Form 1, mimi nakumbuka nikiingia Form 1 nilikuwa mdogo sana. Mpaka nilikuwa naambiwa wewe ukirudi class 6 itakuwa sawa.
Ukweli.
Na watu wengi wanakuanga hivyo ukiingia Form 1. Wewe nini ilikumotivate sana so ukasema hii pitch ndaingia na hii game ndo nataka? Kwa sababu Kakamega inajulikana.
Yeah, inajulikana football.
Ingotse pia football.
Yeah, ukweli.
Mbona hukuchagua hizo parts zote? Hizo sports hizo.
So bado nikiishi Jerry before ni join Form 1, there was this guy alikuwa anacheza rugby. So alikuwa anatoka na shikilia ball ya Rouge. Day fulani akama akaniambia, "Hey Brad, by the way, uko na mwili poa ya Rouge sana." Unajua nilikuwa kafati bado, sikuwa trim or anything. So it was just some fat kid. Ananiambia, "Hey by the way, ukienda high school join rugby." Na hivyo ndo nilienda high school the first day Ngote, first games day. Nilienda hapo pitch ya rugby nikachapwa mbaya sana. Nikasema this is where I want to be.
Yeah. Nataka kusikia reaction yako. Unajua umetuambia ulikuwa fat kid. Ndakurudisha nyuma kidogo.
Yeah.
Growing up, how was that for you? Kabla kuja ukatrim unakaa hivi vizuri.
Okay, growing up in Jericho wasn't a really good thing, but I love the experience because really get to learn a lot of things. Really get kuona vitu mob. And unajua Jerry ni pali familia, you know everyone, so really get to grow up in a very good family. Hata kaa tuko related at least, but hata sahi naitanga watu fulani bro, sis, madangu So siku hizi wananiona nasema, "Hey Brad, umefika mbali." Naambia bado sijafika far. I'm yet to go there.
How did your parents take it? Kwa sababu rugby it's known as a very rough sport. Wewe ndio umeingia Form 1. Na niko sure mom wewe ni mtoto wa mom kidogo.
Yeah, sana.
Kuna vile
sana.
So as in umeingia kwa sport inaitwa rugby. Rugby inajulikana ngani, watu hugongana ufanya nini?
Yeah.
How did they take the news?
At first my mom alinikataza, akaniambia, "Brad, mbona unacheza hii sport?" But tulikuwa in a relationship that we trust each other. Nikamwambia, "Mama, acha tu nicheze, then nikiona I know it doesn't work for me nitaachana nayo." So I continue playing, ndo akaona the fruits of it. I got scholarships in schools, hakuwa analipa fee anything. So akanishukuru, tukakuwa even more closer. Yeah, so that's how it happened.
That's how it happened.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
And what was your highlights? Because kwanza Form 1 mpaka Form 4, 3 schools, what was the highlight of your career in high school?
In high school, pali watu walianza kurecognize was when I was in Kakamega High School, actually, Form 2. There was this coach, the greatest coach ever, anaitwa Weloba. He's now a referee. He was a former referee, former IRB referee. Kuja akakuwa principal Kakamega, deputy principal Kakamega, akani coach, akani train, then in Form 2 ndo nikaanza sasa kuwa recognized, tukaanza kushinda a lot of awards. Tukaenda, as in Kakamega rugby, ilikuwa, it's only Kakamega High School ndo ina dominate rugby Western. No. That year, in our year, 2012,
ilikuwa Kakamega.
It was Kakamega, honestly. It was Kakamega. Because ilifika point, we went to the Eastern Central African Championships. Tukashinda, and that year, our team never lost anything. We only drew a game against St. Mary's Yala. Naweza kumbuka hadi hiyo siku.
Ilikuwaje?
Honestly, ni Kakamega ukicheza rugby, hiyo ilikuwa nikaa, hiyo ndo chakula yako, hiyo ndo everything yako. Hata masomo, to them ukiingia hiyo pitch, wewe achana masomo yako kando. It's like a club, yani. It's like a national team hiyo shule in rugby. Because they concentrate a lot on sports, which is very good.
Now, tell us about your transition to a laser hill, because you've just told us, you've praised Kakamega, umetupatia sifa yote. How was it at Laser Hill? Kwa sababu
it was a bit rough because sasa nilikuja kuachiwa mababi, culture shock ikanichapa, but already nilikuwa na grow up Nairobi.
Na wewe msee umetoka Jerry.
Nimetoka Jerry, but tena nilienda catch nikaka Western 2 years at least. Nikaingiliwa na Uluya kidogo, but sasa nikarudi Nairobi, yo culture shock kanipata kidogo.
Lakini Uluya Simba.
Simba. Sijasema ni mbaya. Na embrace. So shule unaingia hivi dining room, dining hall, sorry, unapata ni chapo, unashanga chapo atuka tunakula catch bana. Walimu freestyle, shuleni freestyle. So it's like an it's an international school. So uingie tu usome, urudi dom. So environment ilikuwa very different from the one in Kakamega. So nikakam tu kuipenda.
And how did this motivate you now to further your game, because you already had the love for the sport? How did that further you now to a greater height? Mpaka ukapata after umemaliza Form 4 umeingia club kama Mwamba? Because was Mwamba your first club?
No, Mwamba was not my first club actually. I was in Daystar when I was still in high school nikiwa Laser, because you found out that my coach alikuwa ana train bado Daystar na bado ana train Laser, na sasa is the current Mwamba head coach. Yeah, so nime grow up and nimekuwa tu na akini help to grow. Akaniambia brad, enda Daystar, at least tuta grow, ucheze game ndogo. So I played in Daystar. I was in Form 4, nikacheza 1 year, nikamaliza, nikaitwa Mwamba. So yeah, that's where it all started.
And this ground is where it all started?
Yeah.
It's our
2014.
I think that's our cue to figure pale kwa nini, kwa terrace. You're gonna have a bench. So you've just explained to us how you transitioned from Laser Hill, Daystar, then eventually at Mwamba RFC. How was it? Tell me about your first day at Mwamba RFC. That day that you joined USC.
I don't mean to brag, but I think I was better because I had all the experience from playing in the 7th circuit with Daystar. So I had the feeling of, I knew what being in a club meant. Yeah.
Were you starstruck in your first day when you got here? Because we have the likes of Collins Injera, we have the likes of Humphrey Kayange. These are people who Kenyans know or would rather refer to them when they talk about rugby.
So these are people known all over the world. And the funny story was that 2 years ago, in 2014, 2 years back, my profile picture was Collins Injera. Yeah. So it was so funny seeing a guy that I always admired, a star, my personal star, seeing him playing here, and I was like, wow, I'm in the same team with this guy. This is great.
What kind of experience have you gained now from the likes of these guys? Because they are reigning actually. Ukiangalia 7th circuit, these are the people to watch out for.
One person that has really helped me a lot in my career is Lavin Asego, because I play right next to him. He's my number 10, he's my fly-half, and I'm his center. So he has taught me a lot on how to play, how to read the game, how to tune my game, how to correct on some things. So he's really helped me out, sana.
Now, since you came to Mwamba RFC, what is that particular game that you played and you felt like, yes, this was the game for me?
There have been many games. actually. But any day when I go to Nakuru, that's a game now right there. That's a match that I start preparing mentally 2 weeks before. Because there those guys are hard, they run hard at you. We match up with them. So it's also a great team. They've won the Kenya Cup back-to-back. So they are a team to fear.
Kenya make a break. Yeah, the stadium is basically coming up onto the field to support the young lads. Yeah, they're holding on their own, by the way. They've actually had possession for the last 2 minutes, but it's going to be a ball to the Kenyan team, by the way.
Just recently, you received the call-up to be the captain first. I'll start by you being the captain of this team. At only 23, captaining a team like Mwamba RFC. How is that for you?
It's not an easy task, I might say. But actually, after I joined, I never knew I would be the captain of this club. That was a far-fetched dream. No one would ever say, hey, Brad will be the captain of this club. No one. Because you can't. It's funny at times when I sit down and look at myself, I'm like, I'm the captain of Collins Njera, I'm the captain of Lavina Sego, Billy Odhiambo, Humphrey Kaange, one of the oldest and best players in this Kenya rugby, this country, yeah. So it was an honor representing them. Actually, I was named captain last year when I was 22 years, playing on the 7th circuit. Yeah, so that's why it started last year.
Then this year, sometime earlier this year, you got now the call-up to the 15th, national 15th side. That's the Simba.
Yeah.
How did you feel?
Not many people know this, but I was given my first call-up in 2015, first 7th call-up. But it didn't turn out that great for me. But I got to train under the likes of coaches like Paul True. It was a nice experience, but it didn't last for long because there were some issues going around. But I managed to play my part, and I was in the development team. Then the development team was slashed, so I had to go.
Talking about a new era in rugby, recently you guys, Mwamba RFC, you received sponsorship from Stanbic Bank.
Yeah.
How big of a deal was this for you guys?
It was a big deal because it's helping us showcase our talents everywhere. Stanbic Bank is a big bank actually. They also sponsor an Indian cricket team. I'm not sure if it's the national Indian cricket team, but it's a big bank. So they're paving way for more sponsors to come in. Because if any sponsor sees like, hey, Stanbic are sponsoring Mwamba, they'll want to come in. They'll want to know what's so special about Mwamba, what's so special in Mwamba. Yeah.
And there's something special about Mwamba because you have all these people. I'll go back to the people who are in this club. Collins Njera, Humphrey Kaange, but there's one who stands out, Billy Odhiambo. Billy the kid.
Billy the kid.
This kid, eh? Yeah. I'll call him a kid now because
he's not a kid.
I know he's not a kid, but this kid, Billy Odhiambo, this year's HSB series, he's one of the best players in the circuit. Probably, what would you say are the things maybe he picked from Mwamba RFC, because he also plays with Mwamba RFC, that he picked from this club that is showcasing now on the world stage?
I think what is doing different from all these players in the national team, I might say, is he's having fun. He's not putting it like, I must go and win, I must go and achieve this. He's just having fun. He's just showcasing what he has in him. So what he has borrowed from Mwamba is actually the love that we play with. Because in Mwamba, it's all about the love. It's not about the money, all about the love. And
you've spoken quite well about Mwamba RFC. If you're given a chance to play maybe for any other club in Kenya, what would be your pick?
That's a hard question. But I've never really thought about it because my love is here. My friends are here. I have few friends who are outside the rugby circle. 90% of my friends are Mwamba players. So I can't really say any other team. I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay.
There's one thing that comes up because this is Beyond the Sport. Keep the conversation going. Hashtag KTN Life and Style. Hashtag Beyond the Sport. What's your Twitter handle? Looking into that camera.
Nash Owako.
Nash Owako.
At Nash Owako.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook?
Instagram, Nash Owako. Facebook, Brad Nash on Namwaya.
There you have it. So keep the conversation going. Tell us, what do you think about this guy? Because he's amazing. Kuna kitu hujitokeza. Unajua, tukicheza game, assume this is a match day. Uko pale ndani unacheza. Kuna hawa watu tunaitanga groupies. Have you experienced that?
I'm still experiencing that.
How is that for you?
Once I'm in there, I can't hear anyone. I can only hear the coach who's shouting at the sidelines. But actually, I can't hear the fans. It's when I'm done with the game or when halftime is over and we are coming in, going into our tunnel. It's when I see the fans, I'm like, oh, the fans are here. So when I'm in there, it's total concentration. Maybe 2 minutes, 2 seconds, then you'll start hearing the fans. But when I'm inside there, trust me, you can't really hear a thing. Your mind is all in there.
Talking about family, because you've told us about your mom, who's played a very key role in your life. You know where I'm going, yeah?
It's okay, it's all right.
So is there a special lady, a special girl? Now, besides the groupies, because groupies, kawaida,
I'm kill me if I don't mention that.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, but you saw this footballer who mentioned the girlfriend and the wife.
And the wife, yeah, my girlfriend, no, my wife. So don't make that mistake.
No. It's not a mistake because it's not there. So,
okay.
Yeah, so I have a lovely girlfriend. Her name is Brona McConnell. She's Irish.
I was going there. I was about to ask.
Okay. Yeah, she's Irish. We've been dating for the past one and a half years now. Yeah.
How is it for you guys now relating, because rugby is a sport on the go?
Yeah.
How are you able to balance now relationship life and the sport in general?
It's not really easy. Because at times I'm gone for like 2 weeks. She's like, hey, where are you? We need to spend time. But I'm like, no, I'm doing something that I won't do it forever. You'll be there forever in your life, but this won't be there forever in my life. I have like 10, 15 more years to go. So let me do this. Let me put all my concentration in this first. Then I'm sure we'll catch up. We'll understand each other there between.
So ladies, hapa kama ulikuwa na maono toa. Hii yake ni ya forever. Umesikia haina?
No, friends, we can be friends, yeah. Oh my God, I'll get killed for that, but it's okay.
What's your favorite meal?
Chapatis.
Wewe mdem Irish anajua kupika chapo?
Yeah, imagine she can.
Yeah. So uko sorted?
Niko sorted.
Chapo na nini? Di chapo uenda na kitu?
Chapo ndengu. Any day.
Any day. Hata sasa hivi amshasubu naambia wewe utakula nini chapo ndengu?
Chapo ndengu, yeah, any day.
What type of music do you enjoy?
But then, not many people know that I'm related to like famous musicians in this country.
Imwage mtama ndio hii. Kuna kuku wengi lakini wana.
There's Christophe there.
Mulia Busia.
There's Kolo. Kolo Klepto. Yeah, there's another one called Linda. Yeah, so my family mostly they're into music mostly.
So wewe tunaona track yako lini?
No. I think those jeans didn't fall in my
but you understand, mbili tatu. Usiwe mse.
Let's not go there. Let me stick to my lane.
Stick to your lane. Rugby in the past has been having wrangles in management, wrangles here and there, because players are complaining that they're not getting whatever, like they're not getting paid out of this sport that they love. What do you see changing now going into the future?
Rugby has really evolved in Kenya because tumetoka, I might say, the Stone Age. We're now getting there. We're almost getting to the professional levels. About the politics in the rugby circles in Kenya, I can't really speak about that because I'm not in a good position to speak about that. So, yeah.
But how does that politics now affect you as a player down there? Because in a way you would say that, yeah, I'm not a politician, that's theirs, but in a way it affects you, it impacts you on the ground.
I can't speak about that. I can't speak about that.
This is a wise man.
I can't speak about that.
Tuliona rugby for the first time at the Olympics.
Yeah.
And some of the players, actually a good number of the players were from Mwamba RFC. What motivation did you gain out of this now? Because you are a player, seeing part of your colleagues, people you've known, going to the big stage to represent Kenya. How did you feel about that? And how is it encouraging you and motivating you to up your game?
It really motivated me to start training harder. That's why I got my call-up. Because at the Olympics, I was like, one day I'll get there. But I asked myself, when will you get there? You can't just be telling yourself, one day I'll get there. But the real question is that, when will you get there? So you have to just work hard. It motivated me to start working and putting extra sessions after sessions. So yeah.
And talking about working hard, who's your role model in this game? Because there's somebody you have to look up to if you want to succeed.
I look up to one man called Oscar one of the best 12s in this country. He's also a very good friend, so he always advises me on what to do, how to play, things like that.
And that's where maybe you gain your experience from?
Yeah, that's where I gain my experience from. Yeah. Seeing him play, yeah, that's where I gain my experience from.
There's one thing that comes up. There are so many people watching back at home. People who are watching wondering, this game of rugby, when will it start paying? When will it start doing this? How would you encourage them now to join the sports and forget the pay and all that? Yeah. Just focus on the game, the good game. What would you tell them back at home?
Actually, rugby, it instills in you a lot of values. Not many people know this. Rugby itakufanya utakaa na mabeshte. You'll have networks. Because rugby, you see, you interact with a lot of people. In future, they might be someone, they might be someone. You might get your connections from there. You might get your work from there. So it's not all about being paid. It's not about the money. It's never about the money. It's about the connections you make, the long life friends you make. Because I'm sure I have a friend called Felix. I'm sure in 30 years' time, God willing, we'll still be friends. We'll still be good friends. We'll teach our kids what rugby has taught us: brotherhood, camaraderie, yeah, things like that.
So right now you're playing rugby, but besides rugby, which other sports or sport would you play if you're not playing rugby?
I would be swimming. Yeah, I'm a good swimmer.
Shika mkono.
I'm a good swimmer.
But hapo nikidhani naweza kushinda, lakini kuna ingine yenye naweza kushinda.
Yeah.
Tukimbie kutoka pale mpaka hapa. Hiyo unaona unaweza nishinda hiyo?
Think, let's put those words into action, yeah?
That's the spirit. Yeah? Keep the conversation going. Hashtag KTN Life and Style. Hashtag Be on the Spot. On your marks, get set, go! I'm not Kemboi, but I did it, yeah? Nafanya hivi.
No, I think it's because I have an ankle injury, so that's why. So I can't really run, but ni sawa.
Kubali matokeo lakini.
Ni sawa, nakubali.
Kubali matokeo.
There'll be a next time, eh?
Before we wind up, naona kuna watu kadhaa hapa hivi wanacheza ball.
Yeah, this is one junior team, so pia wanakuwa mengia kutrain mapema.
Kuna kitu mimi sijui. Naenda sema tu ukweli. Sijui kutupea ball. Sijui kutupea.
Si rocket sana, nitakushow. Sida ball.
Hey.
So basically, one hand is for pushing it, one hand is for spinning it. So, hii ina push, hii ina spin. So si lazima utaspin tu.
Amjona hiyo.
One behind, one in front. Ya kuspin ndo iko mbele, ya kupush iko nyuma.
Hivyo?
Yeah, exactly.
Then
una push na hii, una spin na hii.
Yani right, na push na right, na spin na left.
Inategemea, pia unaweza push na left u spin na right.
Hebu jaribu hiyo.
Kichuka hiyo, unaona? Una get pia Simba.
Najaribu.
Simba.
Lakini talking of that, unajua mimi najua rugby inashikonga hivi ama ni gani?
Hiyo si rugby. Rugby lazima protectable. So lazima basically ushike hapa.
Aha.
Pia unaweza shika na mkono mbili ndo kupasi kwa rahisi. But kama unakimbia shikilia tu hapa.
Ni kama mtoto.
Hii ni kama mtoto. This is everything. Hii ndo kila mtu anapigania.
There you have it. Tukimalizia, I want you to look into that camera and talk to the youth because there are people who are watching you. They have been inspired by your story. Unaweza waambia nini back at home?
Guys, the good thing with rugby is that it doesn't matter where you're from. You can join any club in Kenya, and many clubs are coming up. Even in Eastlands, there are many teams which are playing rugby these days. Women rugby is growing, so join rugby. You'll reap the fruits of it. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah, they'll reap the fruits. You'll reap the fruits of rugby. This is Brad Owako who's telling you you'll reap the fruits. He's reaped the fruits because he's the captain of Mwamba RFC. And besides that, he just recently received a call-up to the national 15 sides. So he's telling you out of experience. Once my experience is the best teacher. Ama vipi?
Kweli kabisa.
Thank you very much for having us.
Shukran.
Meshukuru sana.
Oh, thanks sana manze.
Thanks manze.
Welcome anytime.
Nitupie mpira mara ya mwisho nikuoneshe. Iko nini? Kuja tackle basi. Kuja.
Uko na mbio hata Strong.
Strong manze. Later on the kitchen, because we're taking a short commercial break. In the kitchen, chef, unatupikia nini leo?
Today, you know what? When I was, like I said, I was in India.
Yeah.
And most of the meals that the guys in the Indian subcontinent eat is vegetarian. I went into something to do with healthy aspects. You can see I've also lost quite a lot. I was there for 2 weeks, and I was with one of the dietitians, and she told me, says, you know what? You can be healthy, you can eat well and everything, but stay away a little bit from the red meat, you know, continue eating white. Of course I couldn't, you know, I sort of cheated, but I'm going to try my level best to stick to it. But there were quite a number of vegetarian ideas, and today what I'm trying to do is a little bit of mukimo and add a little bit of something else, but we are giving it a different touch.
A different touch.
Yeah, a different touch.
And talking about a different touch, you know, we have a lady. A lady who is aspiring for Likuyani constituency.
Now that is
she wants the MP seat of Likuyani constituency. But currently, she is the youth president of Kenya.
Sasa hiyo, Brian.
Respect. Mkimwona hapa ampatie heshima yake.
Brian, kitu kama hiyo, this is where I want to see if she's a youth president, is she still stuck in the traditional mold, or is she...
No, she's youthful, trust me.
Those are my questions, Brian.
She's youthful.
I know she's listening to this. Those are my questions. Anyway, when we come back, we're going to try something very, very simple, 30 minutes or less, and you'll see it on your plate, and you're going to enjoy it. Try it at home, you'll see the recipe. Focus. All right.